Hola, mi amigo.
Hello, room service. Excuse me, Mr. Thai, we got the room service.
Oh, gracias, gracias. Velo en what's cuatro minuto? I don't know.
Uh,
How long is this episode? 40 minutes?
uh, it's a 4 inches. Says,
uh,
sees,
seas?
sees.
No, no, 12 inches. 12. What's foot long? Pied long or some shit. I don't know. I'm so bad at Spanish. Every time I talk to somebody here, they like laugh at me, and then I've been called a gringo to my face a few times.
Really?
Yeah, they're like gringo. Yes, see.
Yes, that's right. I have higher net worth than you.
Gringo
Wow,
is
so
a
they just came for
endearing
your neck
term
like
here.
that.
No, it's
Yeah.
endearing.
Wow. So you came up to them and you were like, "Yo, let me get a veggie taco, Poppy." And he's like, "Oh, you fucking white boy, you want the veggie?"
You got to eat polio like the locals.
Polio. It's polo. Pollo.
Pollo. Sorry. Uh,
Yeah.
polio. That's a disease.
Dude, if you're not careful around that water, that lettuce water, you might get polio. It's not
Yeah,
out of the
dude.
question for you.
It's like a really rough week. I think I'm coming home with a very sunburnt back. It's maybe a bit of hepatitis A.
Oh no. Did uh did you go into the pool with some fat Americans who had like clipped their toenails a little too short and spread a disease?
Why is it there's always disease under the toenail? That's
Well, they say like your under your fingernails is like the dirtiest place, maybe on earth, Ty.
I'm drawing an interesting parallel here, Eric. If you think about if the foot long is the foot, the end of the bread is the toe, and
Uh-huh.
just like under the toenail, you look under the bread, the tip of your foot long, nothing but just a goopy, saucy mess.
hmm That's when you start
Mm-hmm.
to pinch it, like on the sides, and you don't like
Mm-hmm.
grip it with your whole hand. You just kind of pinch it to minimize like finger like surface coverage, you know?
Oh yeah, I put like 3 fingers on the bench when I hit the tip because you just want to put your best men in there, you know? The thumb and the
hmm
forefinger maybe at the
Yeah,
most.
yeah. Oftentimes I'll sub in the pinky, just like a pinky and
Oh,
thumb double team, because I got to reserve my index finger for my iPhone 13 Pro Max, you know?
that's a good point. You need a couple for swiping and a few for sandwiches.
hmm So
I
Ty, tell
like
me
that.
about your little Mexico trip. You just got there from LA a couple nights ago, I believe. We missed that whole episode because Ty was in
Mm-hmm,
transit. Hopefully, I was like a little bit worried about you actually. I thought you might have been captured from the cartel. We got a
mm-hmm,
few DMs asking, where the hell is Ty? Is he okay? Like, is
mm-hmm,
this like a real life episode of Narcos?
Yeah, I understand that. I didn't mean to worry any of you or the breadheads. It's just been a bit of a whirlwind. There's no sense of time here. There's a few things that don't exist in Mexico, Eric. COVID, time,
hmm
seat belts,
Protected sex.
protected good French fries. The list goes on and on, but time was the one I wanted to highlight with you. I don't know what day it is. I don't know what time it is. There's no clocks here, and I don't know. It's hot all the time, so I can't get a
hmm
sense of what time of day
hmm
it is. So I
Yeah,
apologize for that.
the clock just says happy hour, and that's kind of all the
Hmm.
information you get. And it's always happy hour there because you're on vacation, Ty, and that's how it should
That is how it should be, Eric, and it feels good. It feels good. It took me about 4 days to track down a taco here.
be.
The
4 days in
four
Mexico to track down
days.
a taco. How is that possible?
Yeah.
Are you staying at
Well,
the? Are you staying at like some whitewashed resort or what?
for some reason, resorts always want to offer you an international dining experience when you're really looking to dabble in the local cuisine. So they'll be like,
hmm
"Do you?" They'll offer you something from every country. You get fettuccine before you can find a taco here,
Yeah,
and
that's a great point.
that's what I do appreciate about Subway is that it no matter where you go, you can like cater your meal to the environment. So if I go to a
Hmm.
Subway in Mexico, which I might do, I don't know. I feel like there might be hepatitis A in that lettuce, but
If
I
there's
can make
anything we've
that.
learned, Ty, is to stay
Yeah,
away from lettuce as much as you
just
can
in
in
general,
Mexico.
any leafy greens. Yeah,
Yeah, really. Anything
but I don't.
that gets washed.
Yeah, exactly. Just you don't want to wash any vegetables, contrary to what your mother told you. Like
Exactly.
don't wash your fruits and vegetables here. The
Yeah, don't
pesticides are
bother.
what's going to protect you.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
Um,
it yeah, yeah.
so you
CC?
tracked down a taco, and how was it? Was it a all-inclusive taco, or was it
Mm-hmm.
from the buffet? Was it served to you a la room service, or
I
what are we
tracked it
working with
down at
here?
the beach bar, Eric. That's where you're gonna find a taco here. La
Oh,
Playita.
wow. That's
Yeah.
exactly
So
where you're gonna find some like stomach bug also.
yeah, probably.
Oh shit.
You got sand blowing into the grill.
Hmm.
A little bit
Well,
of
Ty,
salt water.
when I was in Mexico, I ordered room service probably every single night because it
Mm-hmm.
was free.
Mm-hmm.
I lived in excess, and it was just a great, break from life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but they only had like cheese and crackers and like some like one or two types of sandwiches and like soup or something via room service. What's the
Mm.
room service offering like at the Ritz Carlton, Cancun?
We got a pretty expansive in-room dining set here. It really appeals to the vegan diet as well, but you can get everything from spaghetti vongole to
Oh
like
no.
muesli. I don't know. You get cornflakes delivered to the room, you know.
Oh
And
my
it's
gosh.
quite the mix. And it's honestly it's all pretty good. The food here is pretty good.
Nice. I like to hear it.
The
Um,
challenge with the vegetarian diet here, though, is the only offering they have in most cases is like a cauliflower. They'll like just do cauliflower, right? So I've eaten cauliflower for like 7 meals already. I'm so sick of cauliflower. Last night for dinner, the restaurant I went to, the only vegetarian option was called cauliflower served many ways.
oh wow.
That was literally the name on the menu. And so I ordered it, and sure enough, it was like 7 different ways to like make cauliflower. So I
So
am overdosing, Eric.
so they really just like didn't give you an option, they just gave you all of it. Like they gave you
Yeah,
every way to make a cauliflower.
yeah, they pureed it, they riced it, they chunked it up, they fried it. Toured the garden, I guess.
Wow, you're a cauli king, dude. That sounds like unbelievable. Was there any
Leaking.
buffalo cauliflower offering or no?
No, no. The only sauce they have here, Eric, is pico de gallo. And
Wow.
they weren't even courteous enough to add that. But I bet you can find some
Wow.
pico at the Subway. Hey, I
Wow.
got
I
to tell you,
guess
I haven't been to a Subway yet, Eric, but I drove past one in Playa del Carmen, and
really. So
yeah,
are you
and
close to like the towns? Like are you like able to like walk out and explore, all the offerings of the local Mexican town?
no, I'm in a Mayan oasis about 10 or 15 minute drive outside of the city center.
Mm,
Complete
okay.
like completely locked down security wise. I go through like 7 gates to get in. And everyone asks me
Yeah.
my name. Yeah, but
Yeah. Sounds about right.
I venture out and dabble with the local culture from time to time, and
Okay.
I see things like Forever 21 and what else did I
Hmm.
see? They got last the other night I was in downtown Playa del Carmen. And I really wanted an affogato, right? But
As
I
you do.
couldn't find one, as I do. But then I saw a Haagen Dazs because they only have American chain brands here, downtown Playa
Hmm.
del Carmen. So I went
Hmm.
into the Haagen Dazs. I bought some ice cream, and then I went
Hmm.
across the street to the Starbucks, and I bought some espresso, and then I made my own affogato on the streets of Playa del Carmen.
Hi, I was literally about to suggest doing the same thing, but you're at an all inclusive, right? You can just go walk down the hall, get a free scoop of ice cream, and walk
Mm,
another 15 steps probably to a different like little stand, get a free
mm-hmm,
shot of espresso, and then do make it, on site. Like,
mm-hmm.
do you really feel like that Starbucks espresso was worth the like 15 pesos?
No, probably not. But Actually, funny story. I met this Brazilian man, and I was spending some time with him, hanging out. And I call him the king of coffee. His family supplies Starbucks with coffee beans. So when I was ordering my espresso, he gets me to order his family's blend.
Oh
He was
wow.
with me. Yeah, yeah. So I got to try his family's blend, and he
And was
taught
it
me how
called
to.
Pike Place?
I wasn't
I
sure if
think
it
you
was
got
the Pike.
swindled, dude, to be honest.
Damn, this does sound like something made up, doesn't it?
It sounds like some Brazilian guy was like, "Oh my God, this tourist does not know where he is right now. Let me just fuck with him." Wow.
It's my family,
So
my
did you pay
familia.
me familia? We make the coffee for the Starbucks. You know a Starbucks, right? So wait, hold on, Ty. Did you pay this man for coffee, or
No,
did you
no,
hand the money to a Starbucks barista?
I know he's legit because he's on the resort with me. It's not just a random from the Playa del Carmen slums, but
Was he wearing a name tag?
no name tag. No,
Okay, okay, good
I
to know.
vetted him. Don't worry, I vetted. I had
Amazing.
my people give him a pat down and everything, but yeah, he taught me how to taste coffee, Eric. I never really thought about tasting coffee. The only thing I realized I care about with coffee is the interior design of the coffee shop.
hmm And the ratio of MacBooks to like Asus.
Yeah, exactly. And like whether or not they're playing the Aphex Twin remix or like cool jazz.
hmm I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Um, so much like the Aesop guide to fragrance, there is a top note, right?
Hola.
There's a base note.
No glasses.
No,
Sorry, I just had
room
someone.
service.
Sorry, did you just hear that interaction? I just heard a
Room
knock
service.
on.
No, no,
It said
gracias.
they wanted to add some more beer to my beer cart here, but
You
it's
said
totally
no?
full. I got a full tank here. I can't keep up with their supply.
Wow. So did somebody
There's
just bust through the door, or did you let them in?
I just heard the faintest knock ever. Like on the foreground of my ear was your nasally voice. I don't even know what you're talking about. But then in
I
the
don't know
background,
either.
I heard the faintest knock, and then a man with an entire like box of different Mexican beers said, "Room service."
Oh, room service.
Apologies for interrupting you. What were you talking about?
This is more interesting actually, Ty. You know, so so hold on a second. Hold on a second. When you like interact with these people, so okay, do you like call them constantly? Because me and Bay, when we were in Mexico, I was on the phone with room service more often than I was talking to my girlfriend. I was like asking them for like 15 bottles of water. I was sending
Mm-hmm.
water to other rooms. I was like, hey, send it to room 305, which is the in-laws, make sure they're
Mm-hmm.
hydrated. I was just checking up on everybody, much like Drake, when he's like
Mm-hmm.
sending like a chef salad to, dorm number 5 on his compound.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That little
Kind of like
care
that.
package.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta make sure the house guests are, hydrated and fed.
Yeah, everyone's taken
But
care of. I love
what's
the
the deal with
idea
that over
of
there?
snack bombing other people around the resort. I do have many a friend and familia around here. I didn't get the bougiest room here, but I know some people who did, and their room comes with a butler,
Oh
which
shit.
seems like pretty antiquated, but also like kind of funny because it's like there's a weird line between like I don't know. There's like a weird power dynamic, like the white man power dynamic with a butler here that I don't makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, you want your privilege to be invisible, right? Like you just
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
like secretly use it, and like
Mm-hmm.
you're not even aware of it. You don't want it to be like too present in the room. You don't want it to be an elephant
Yeah.
in the room.
It doesn't feel like a vacation to be like so visibly transparent the privilege I've experienced. I'd rather it be more systematic, more nuanced.
You'd rather it be from the top down.
Yeah, it's hurting my ability to relax.
Oh, fuck. Wow. But Ty, you can change that you can shift the paradigm, Ty. You can create your own little vibe shift in the cheapest room at the Ritz. You know, you can
Yeah, yeah.
start leaving a few dollars here and there just as a nice little Easter egg. Like you can
Mm-hmm.
like put it in like a pile of your dirty laundry or something and like see if they'll touch it, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good idea. Good idea. I do leave a dollar here or there just to make sure that they don't, I don't know, shit in my bed or anything.
Yeah, they don't pull an Amber Heard and take a dump in your bed.
Exactly.
Wow.
And just to show that I'm a compassionate human being that is aware of the struggles of the, I think the minimum wage here is single digits. So I
Per day,
empathize
right?
with the struggle per day. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't really know. I don't. I'm not a
yeah,
math guy. Been
yeah.
translating pesos to USD and then USD to Canadian dollar every time I go off resort is feels
Hmm.
like a full-time job, Eric.
I remember when I went, I didn't step a single foot like outside of the resort walls of my yeah, my comfortable little oasis type. Like
Mm-hmm.
as soon as I had to like think for myself and make sure I was safe, I just realized it's not worth it. Like I already paid to live in this little cocoon of shelter
Mm-hmm.
where I have things just handed to me for free, like endless drinks that I just leave on a random table and like walk away, things like that. I realized it was just better for me to like stay safe and stay indoors on the
Mm-hmm.
resort property.
Yeah, they kind of make a little. It's almost like a little Disneyland, you know. They just like build a compound and they give you
Hmm.
everything. It truly is all inclusive if you think about it.
It's like the Vatican City or something. Like it's like a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
city state operating within
Mm-hmm.
a drug run country.
Mm-hmm. And I'm the Pope,
Wow.
baby.
And he's the fucking Pope.
Fucking Pope in this place.
He's a fucking
Uh,
sandwich Pope. Uh Hey Ty,
yeah.
so you managed to, consume some lettuce unscathed. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you managed to evade the Mexican cartel.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
it sounds like you got snuffed at the door at Nobu in Malibu. What was the story there? What happened in LA? Did you make it to, the table or were you kicked out by Skeet?
I did. Skeet was watching the door. No, I did do a drive by. I sent you a Snapchat, Eric, of the a Nobu, and actually it
Hmm.
was in Lido Village in Newport Beach. It wasn't even the good one, but
Oh.
I was in the neighborhood, so I thought I'd throw you a photo. But I had no intentions to dine that evening there. I had dinner plans elsewhere. And I know what you're thinking. You're
Oh.
thinking, why wouldn't you cancel dinner plans and take advantage of that excellent proximity to a Nobu? But I, I don't know. I'm a man of my word, I guess.
Hmm.
I'm a,
But why
I'm a
would you
committed
like
man.
I mean that makes sense, Ty, but why would you like I'm on your side actually with this one. Why would you fly to LA to dine at Nobu in Newport Beach? like, like that just seems like wrong to me. Like you should be going
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the Malibu location or like I wouldn't even go to the downtown LA one.
No,
So you
I
made the
get that.
right
I get
choice.
that. So I think I made the right choice too, and that's what I thought about. I thought like, okay, I see a table at the bar open right now. Do I
For sure.
jump on this? But I don't want to blow that load of lettuce and not get to see Robert Pattinson is bullshit.
I know it's a waste. It's a waste of like a $300 piece of cod.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Wow.
Ah,
Ty, tell me a bit more about this Mexican adventure of yours. What's on the menu? Like, are you all tapped out of cauliflower, or do they have anything else? Are you just fasting for
no,
the
it's
rest of it?
dude, it's all cauliflower all day. They're trying to mix it up for me though. I got this one dish, the cauliflower. They had used some sort of spice to turn it completely black, like a squiddy kind of thing. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah. So even though they're trying to they're hiding the cauliflower now for me.
Yeah, they're like, if
But
this this guy's triggered by a cauliflower, let's like make sure he doesn't see it on the menu.
mhm. The challenge with these types of places though is you get so sick of the food so quickly. So by day five, all you want to do is just eat like papaya and pineapple and no
Hmm.
like no more prepared food. Like I could
Yeah,
never I couldn't eat another omelet.
Oh man, do they have the omelet bar there as well, or is that
You know
just
they got the
a?
omelet bar, baby. That every
Oh
resort on earth
yeah,
has an omelet bar. It's de
dude, the
facto.
omelet bar was fucking amazing, bro. Have you been like hitting that every morning or what?
No, I actually hate omelets, Eric.
What?
I Because when I was a kid, I would do the all-inclusive thing with the rents, and I ate so many omelets at the omelet bar at all-inclusive resorts, not unlike this one,
Mm-hmm.
that I developed a very distaste for omelets. I
Oh
don't. The
no.
closest I've gotten to an omelet since my childhood trauma was the egg salad sandwich at Subway, and that reinvigorated the trauma,
Yeah, that
resurfaced
only
it.
dug the hole deeper.
It did, yeah. So the omelet
Oh
bar is
man.
a no go for me.
Okay, that's fair enough.
No
Um,
gracias.
no gracias. Um, I mean, Ty, it is 2022, and omelets have changed, in the last, 2 decades. So I think you should just give it a shot, man. I think you should just like load it with cheese, load it with some pico de gallo, maybe some
hmm
spicy jalapenos. It's
hmm
basically the Subway of all inclusives,
hmm
and I think maybe you should just give it a shot. Maybe split it with Bay and just have a bite or something like that. I think you should just
That's
try
not a
it.
bad idea. Yeah.
Yeah,
Much
think
like
of it as Subway.
how if I think of anything as Subway, I guess it makes it better.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, it's
maybe
just
it's time
Subway.
for
Like I knew what I signed up for.
That's the beauty of the omelet bar. At least you get a say on how it's made.
Exactly.
Really, the entire all-inclusive experience is just the Subway model at scale because just like the homemade affogato earlier, you can kind of like all the ingredients are free. It's just your job to compile them.
hmm Exactly. It's like the buffet style dining option is like you go in, you kind of like do a quick skim of everything. You like do a quick lap, maybe 2 laps. You
hmm
scope out where like the you know more experienced chefs are, maybe people who
hmm
are wearing like the taller like white hats. You're like,
hmm
okay, I'm
hmm
gonna go over here. This guy looks like he knows what he's doing, and
hmm
yeah, you flex a little bit of Spanish, and you're like, hey, papi, let me get a little chopped cheese. And then
hmm
he blesses you with nice little omelet or what have you. Um,
hmm
but yeah, you just gotta scope out the most expensive food and load up your plate with that, and you're living, buddy. And then by day
hmm
nine, you're gonna fit into a groove. You're gonna know exactly what the best shit is, and you're just gonna be eating that all day.
Yeah, I do find that I felt the same way in the early days of really exploring Subway's menu, but with the all inclusive, you start very timid, you just get kind of what you know. You're getting the cold cut of the all inclusive. You're ordering on menu, you're
hmm
not really deviating, you're not going to the weird stations that have like vats
hmm
full of like lobster bisque or whatever. You're like, oh, stay away from the soups. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
but then by day
Yeah.
five, you become a bit more of an expert in the space. You're willing to take risks, try new things. The farther into your
Absolutely.
vacation, the more likely you're allowing yourself the risk of sickness.
Exactly. I don't want to get sick on day one, but you know, 2 days before I fly, like let's experiment with the seafood. Like
Yeah.
the seafood section can be intimidating, much like at Subway, but by day like 9 or 10, you're like, fuck it, like it is what it is. Destiny is it's not in my control.
Yeah, you get crazy thoughts. You're like, maybe I will drizzle a little bit of queso on this full trout. Maybe I'll dip a slice of the tomahawk steak in some clam chowder and see what happens.
Exactly. This tilapia is undercooked, but fuck it.
Maybe I'll eat the tamale skin. Why not?
Exactly. Wow.
hmm
That sounds amazing, Ty. All this talk about Subway, I actually went recently back to the
You
old
went to
way.
Subway.
I went
Oh
to Subway,
wow,
yeah,
a
Ty,
trip
and it
down
was
memory lane.
yeah, I think I was just
Memory
missing
lane.
you. I
hmm
hadn't heard from you in a couple days, and I was just like,
hmm
man, I miss Ty. I'm just gonna go like sit inside Subway and wallow in my tears and
It's
just think about
beautiful.
my twin.
You're searching for a sign, yeah.
Exactly. searching for a Subway sign, and Ty, I gotta tell you, there's like some weird shit going on at Subway now. It's
Okay,
ever changing, man, and it's not changing for the better, unfortunately.
it's Darwinian. It just evolves. It doesn't necessarily evolve in a good way.
Yeah, exactly.
So
But I
tell me about
walked
these
in.
changes. Yeah.
Yeah, so I walked in, Ty, and like taking the place of like where like the usual like bread selection area is this like large 3D tower of like a menu. There's
Mm-hmm.
like a freestanding menu that's like
No.
highlighting like a few sandwiches. And I'm like looking at this thing and I'm looking up at the sign and I'm like trying to cross reference. I'm like, are these like on there too? And I'm like, what's going on? And I'm just like immediately like thrown off because like they've also changed the name of a few subs. There's like the Canadian Club or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And my fat ass thought this was the BMT because it looked like
Mm.
it. It had like a bunch of like cold cuts. And I'm like, okay, that looks like kind of what the BMT is. And I went ahead
Mm-hmm.
and ordered it. Um, she this nice young lady like started making my sandwich, and I noticed there was no salami on it, and I was like, wait a second. She actually took it out of the toaster
Holy
before I
shit.
noticed there was no salami on it. I'm like, wait, hold on a second. I'm like, where's the salami?
Wow. So
And then she's like, oh, that's the BMT. This is the Canadian Classic Club. I'm like, what? And
no.
so Ty, I retroactively added some salami, and then she warned
Good
me.
save.
I was like, can we just like throw it back in the toaster? And she's like, and she warned me. She said, if you put this back in the toaster, you won't be able to eat it.
What? What the
Yeah,
fuck is that kind of warning?
dude, I know. I was like, I literally had to clarify. I was like, I can't eat it. And she's like, yeah, it's gonna be too toasted. And I'm like, what? It's like I was looking at the bread. I was like, it's not even like really toasted. It's like still like pretty white. And I'm like, come on, like I'm like, I don't mind a little double toast action. And she's like, okay, like I warned you. I'm like, what? I'm what's going on here? Uh, and then she puts the salami on and then throws it in the toaster, and it comes out and it's like looks like perfect. I'm like, this is great. Like, thank you. Okay. She was like warning me about toasting it. I'm like, I was so worried, but I don't know. I just went with my gut, Tie, and I think it paid off in the end because I got my I got my stuff.
Dude, yeah, that's a whirlwind, a roller coaster.
Yeah, dude.
Once again, our sandwich artists, we learned that sandwich artists are qualified to be a director of
No,
that sandwich.
no, absolutely
Dude,
not. Um, so that was
what,
my order. And
dude,
then Bay Bay got a little sidekick, which is basically the Mighty Melt back in the day. They made it even smaller, and
mm,
it's like a little bun,
little
nice little
little
bun,
micro dick of a sandwich.
Yeah, a little micro Sammy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, that thing was hilarious to watch her try to like fit any vegetable on it.
Yeah, it probably
Because
caps out at like two veg. It's got like a smaller engine, less
yeah,
horsepower.
exactly. Yeah, the thing's turbo powered, but it's got no space. It's like a little Mini Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
It's like trying to fit
I
all your
was thinking a
cramping shit
mini
in a
as
smart.
well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So everything immediately like was overflowing off the sides.
Mm-hmm.
But it was nice when she put like a single tomato slice and it fit perfectly within the walls of the sandwich.
Ooh, that's satisfying.
It was satisfying. And then she
With how
like
much?
pressed it
Yeah.
down,
Squish.
squished it.
Yeah, you got to do that though, because you got to keep everything in. With how much runoff you probably get on all sides, 360-degree runoff of vegetables and sauce. You're basically
Hmm.
just ordering a little salad with like a dinner roll on the side.
It was kind of like a little slider actually. Now that I think about it,
Mm. Do they put a
yeah.
little toothpick in the middle? Little toothpick to hold it together?
No, but that would be like way better. Why don't they do it even with the foot long?
Mm-hmm. Footlong deserves a big toothpick, but a
Yeah,
toothpick nonetheless. Yeah.
yeah, like skewer it up.
Yeah,
Um,
that feels very artisanal.
yeah. But yeah, Ty, the sandwich was pretty good. I had a little tummy ache afterwards, but we knew that.
What can
That
you
goes
expect
without
from
saying.
Quattro meat, Eric?
Yeah, exactly. I had to go with quattro meat, triple sauce, all the spicy add-ons,
Shit.
um, and I even got a bag of chips and a s'more cookie.
Wow.
I was at a
That's
low
a
point.
yeah, dude. That's a stomachache splurge.
Yeah.
I feel like with your meat ordering dilemma, Eric. First of all, I'm sorry to hear that happen to you. I
It's
send my
okay.
condolences. I think the problem is ultimately that all of the meat at Subway looks the same, and we shouldn't be relying on our eyes to make decisions about what sandwich to order. We should be
Hmm.
using our more evolved Subway sense, which is the nostrils. And what I'm imagining is a bit more of a different meat selection experience. I was in the Byredo store in Silver Lake last week, and how they arranged all their candles is they put each candle in a glass case, like a vase almost, sealed it
Uh-huh.
in, and then you just lift up the vase and you smell the vase. You don't even smell the candle directly because
Ah,
the
yes.
scent kind of infuses with the glass. You're no stranger to this. This is any perfumery. I'll kind of take on this
Hmm.
kind of
I
setup.
know. I know. Only an idiot would lift the vase up and then grab the candle itself and stick their big nose in it.
Yeah, dude, you do that, you see all the staff members in the store, just like their eyes go wide, like, what the hell did you just do? You just touched the candle. You
I
don't do
know.
that. You always just sniff the glass. But that's
Yeah,
what I want to see
exactly.
with the meat. I want to see just a couple of pieces of salami or the composition of the salami and the ham and the whatever, the
Hmm.
turkey breast, little
Hmm.
vase. It would be pretty as well. It looked like a
Hmm.
boulangerie kind of thing.
Hmm. I totally agree. Um, Even like the two-dimensional image it can throw you off,
Hmm.
like I only got like a sliver of like what meat was in there. I can't even like see what it is. Like it's all the image is like 80% bun. Like how am I supposed to make a decision based on that? Um, and it made me think about those like Japanese restaurants where they have like the little like clay version of the food like on the window display.
Hmm.
Like I'll do you one better. Like what if I could just like pick up like a play version of the sandwich, get a feel for it, and and then and then order based on that. Maybe give it a little sniff. They could probably like infuse some scent into it as well.
I love that. You can disassemble it and take a look at the meats. It's your own little Mr. Potato Bread.
Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, I love that little motion of like flipping the bun over and like taking a peek under the salami and seeing what's under there. Like that animation is like I don't know.
Hmm.
I think it's really
It's really
tactile
satisfying.
and it's satisfying. It brings you closer to what you're about to eat.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
animals play with their food usually before they eat it.
You see a cat battered around a little bit or whatnot. That's kind of the
Exactly.
same thing. You're just flipping through the ingredients. But I
Yeah,
do
I'm just
think,
flipping
Eric,
through the pages of this Stephen King novel.
yeah, dude, this is your Bible. The BMT is the New Testament, baby.
uh, the BMT stands for Bible Meat Testament.
Damn, you're good with acronyms. Never misses. Okay, so I do think though the essence of this conversation, Eric, is that meat selection is inherently problematic, and I think the problem is rooted in them not actually showing you the meat that's in the sandwich. They show you the whole sandwich with a vegetable combination you're probably not going to order, maybe even on a bread you're not going to order. Just strip
Yeah.
away the nonsense, focus on the
Hmm.
essence, get straight to that salami, that pepperoni. What's
Exactly.
going to that's the factor that influences the decision, not whether or not there's a perfectly placed tomato above it or not.
Show me your meat already.
Yeah, show the meat. Don't be afraid. Don't be
Show the meat.
shy.
Yeah, come on, show the meat. Like, just show me the meat, okay?
Show me the meat.
I want every
I
sandwich artist out there to just show me their meat.
mm, walk in a subway. I want a meat show.
Exactly. I came here for a dinner and a show, and I'm fucking starving, buddy.
Oh yeah. So if you want me to feast with my eyes, give me a meat show. I think that's the rule here. Otherwise, no. Appeal to my other senses.
Yeah, exactly. Let me touch the meat, let me sniff it. Let me just like get a feel for how the meat is, and then
Hmm.
I'll tell you if I want your meat.
Yeah, I want the meat to be vulnerable with me. Let me explore it a little bit.
Exactly. Let me sing to it.
Hmm.
Wow.
Speaking of a meat show, Eric, I have a major sunburn on my back, and I'm afraid to go outside into the 32-degree Mexican sun right now. I
Oh
when I got
no.
here, I looked like a Subway tomato, like a little bit of pink, but mostly white, and now I
Oh
look like a
no.
Whole Foods heirloom.
Oh no. You're sitting pretty on that like king size bed right now, like ready to be picked.
Yeah, dude, pluck me up and take me back to North America.
Take me back to the cold.
Ship me to the
Wow.
cold, yeah. So,
Wow. Ty, I think you should maybe put on a long sleeve and then
mhm.
venture out to the city. Hopefully there's an Aesop boutique somewhere in Playa del Carmen where you can pick up some post sun regenerative gel.
Oh shit, dude! I've been stashing the post sun routine samples all spring, preparing for this trip. I had so many samples because every time I put an order in, I would just acquire more, and then I left them all in Vancouver, so I have no post sun routine here.
Oh
I just have
no.
my stupid 30 SPF Salt and Stone sunscreen, which is obviously not enough here for 32-degree weather.
Man.
Hmm.
Yeah, I personally am not a fan. Like, how do you like it? Because I'm personally not a fan of the Salt and Stone variety when it comes to sunscreen. I find it makes my skin look purple.
Yes, it does purple up my screen. It makes me look like a bit like an olive, but I do honestly, I'm interested in it for the packaging. It looks good on my beach towel next to my book. Feels good to
Yeah,
hold
that's
in my
true.
hand. It feels better to
That's
hold
true.
in my hand than to be applied to my hand, if that makes sense.
Oh, I 100% agree. And it's nice in travel size also. It's a nice little
The
bonus.
yeah, it's travel size. The viscosity is a little too wet. It like squirts out more like a sweet onion, but I'm looking more for like a mayonnaise,
Oh, yeah,
like
I
a
see
little
what you're
bit
saying.
thicker. Yeah, yeah.
I'm personally a fan of like the wetter ones. Like I like the Kiehl's sunscreen because I can just like squirt it onto my stomach and just push it around, you know?
Oh,
Kind of I like that.
you apply directly to the affected area. You don't use the hand as an intermediary between bottle and butt.
Yeah, no way, dude. I like to do a nice little like hot dog squiggle on my arm and then rub it in.
It's a very sandwich artist move, actually.
I know, exactly. It's like when I ask for a light mayo, I just want to like do it like once in there, like there and back. You know, that's what I do with my
Yeah, yeah.
legs.
They're bad. You just a bit splotchy, but you get through there.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Quick
Ty,
pass.
which when you place order online at aesop.ca,
Hmm.
what sample option do you hit to get the post sun lotion? Because I'd like to acquire some myself.
Yeah, it's a seasonal option. So in usually in the spring, there's an option for warmer weather routines. And that gets you like
Oh,
some eye serum, a little bit of a face wash, maybe a
okay.
lotion of some sort. Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
And then
I'll have to be
but I stopped
restocking.
doing that in the fall. In October, you switch to their winter routine for drier weather.
Mm-hmm.
A few samples to get you through that. A little more
Mm-hmm.
hydrated.
Okay, good to know. I'm actually
Mm-hmm.
planning on walking with Bay over to the new Aesop Kitsilano location. Just pick
Mm.
up a little birthday gift. So yeah, I'll probably just see if they have it in stock there.
Cool, cool. One,
Yeah.
that's a really long walk from Chinatown. Two, that location is really nice. I actually think I went to a few Aesop locations in Los Angeles last week, and I wasn't really impressed with the interior design. I think Vancouver's Aesops do a better job. I do like to visit every
Mm-hmm.
location I see because I like to like see how they did the interiors. Same
Yep.
with Subway, it's like, oh, how did they do the Subway here? Then you walk in, you're like, oh, it's the same. You're like,
Oh fuck.
disappointed yet again.
Oh, like that's really funny. That's like
Yeah.
it is like really fascinating, but for different reasons. Like Aesop, they put so much care and detail into every little decision and the story behind like all of the materials being used and like the
Mm-hmm.
indoor flowing out to the outdoor space or whatever.
The
Things like
materiality of
that.
the walls, the light, all of that shit.
Exactly. And then you walk in a
Mm-hmm.
subway and it's the same brick wallpaper and you're wondering like, do they print it from the same file? Like, do they just share it like a media kit or something, where it's like
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the furniture is like you can 3D print it from there or something? Like what does that look like? Where does the what's the architecture like care package when you open up a little branch of your own?
Yeah, I'd be curious to open that media kit folder on my MacBook. I would also love to get to a point where I'm as much of a Subway interior connoisseur as the connoisseur of their food. I'd like to walk in, look at that full brick wall, and say, "Oh, I see they used the brick wall underscore v9 final dot png for this
Hmm.
location. Very nice choice."
Yeah, great choice. I see you got the 2017 edit for the drink machine.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
They went with the we got a vintage 2013 Pathos hanging from the wall.
Yep, and I see that cobweb over there is from a 1987. Congrats on that.
Both the cobweb and the olives at the bottom of this bin.
Oh boy. Wow.
Hmm.
Oh, it's making me
But
hungry,
yeah,
Ty.
yeah, me too, Eric. So I'm excited for you. As I was trying to say, the Aesops in Vancouver, I think, are like world class in regards to interior design. So I think
Hmm.
you'll find that trip very fulfilling.
Hmm. Absolutely. And I'll be checking them out in Paris as well, but more to come on the itinerary on that later.
Yeah, I think Fresh Count Worldwide, we will no longer be recording from our local podcasting booth from here out. I think either one or both of us will be abroad.
Hmm.
Eric is fully
We are broads.
transitioning into abroad.
God damn it, I knew I was gonna go there. Um, that's right, Ty. I am Mr. Worldwide, or should I say Mrs. Worldwide?
This is yeah,
Amazing.
yeah. It is amazing, Eric. Life is amazing.
Life is truly incredible, Ty, and I wish I was just. I wish we were on vacation together. Why hasn't that happened yet?
I don't know, man. I think the CEO of Think Fresh needs to put us on a corporate getaway.
Hmm. We gotta use this anchor money and you know combine that with some Amex points and hopefully get
Mhm.
1.5 seats on a Ryanair flight or something.
Yeah, if you guys will shop my Grailed store and sell me out, I could probably squeeze a few extra bucks. I had to put Grailed in vacation mode last week.
Ooh,
Never, that was the first time I've ever done that. It's kind of
that's pretty
funny.
cool. It's pretty cool that
Yeah.
like that you haven't made a single sale and then you're like, guys, no, please nobody buy anything for this week. It's like we weren't going
Fuck you. I think I got some good shit on there. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
right. It is kind of funny. I think it's like all about like it's the same logic as a Supreme drop, right? Limited access
Mm-hmm.
builds hype, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you see
Exactly.
only 3 cucumbers left in the bucket. Boy, do you want those cucumbers bad.
Yeah, I learned my lesson from that. And don't do it. That's all I have to
Don't
say.
do it.
Just don't do it. It's
Yeah.
not worth it.
Subway is the exception to the rule around supply and demand.
And Mexican resorts.
And Mexican resorts. Yeah, there's no supply chain issues here. I don't know what everyone's talking about. They have like unlimited bottled water, unlimited Snickers bars.
Mm-hmm. It's literally
They got
endless
this.
supply.
They still have the vintage Snickers with the dick vein. So they Snickers hasn't updated their fulfillment systems down here yet.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
All right, King. I think I'm gonna go hit the pool, have a pina colada, and focus on sunburning my front.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, make sure you lay on your back this time around, Ty, and
Mm-hmm.
toast the other side.
Yeah, I will. Just like your salami sandwich getting double toasted, I'm going in for a second round.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Nice. Um, enjoy your day. Apologies to Breadies for this being a day late and for
Hmm.
skipping on Tuesday, but you know what? We found our secret sauce. As long as Ty gets a little bit sunburnt and has to retreat to his suite at the Ritz, then we can deliver on our podcast promise to the breadheads.
Yeah, it's true. I always lose in a man versus nature situation. So,
We all do, Ty. It's not your fault.
okay. I'm a
Okay,
victim of the
buddy.
system.
That's
All
right.
right.
All
Okay,
right.
think
Well,
fresh breadheads. Thank you for listening. Follow us on Instagram and make sure to throw us a heart on Spotify. Ty and Eric, Think Fresh podcast. You know what's up. Next week, Charlemagne the God will be on, so make sure to tune in for that. And
mhm,
have a great week.
that's right. Adios.
Ciao.